Thanks for watching Film Buff, really, honestly. It's fucking great.
Oh, hello, how's it going, my friends? My name is Film Buff. Alright, man, so it is time for episode 15, Attack on Titan. First of all, I need to thank all my amazing patrons. Thank you for all the amazing support. Thank you for sticking around. You guys are just brilliant, amazing. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. And just for anyone else, if you're into full episode reactions, if you're going to check out the full episode reactions, they are on Patreon. And if you want to see early access, the next few episodes, it sucks, but I do have to cut down 10. If not, they can, they just block it. Funimation just blocks it. So if you're into full episode reactions, hit up my Patreon and check out the tier. All right, man, let's get into this last episode. Basically, by the end of it, the scouts, the scout regiment had Eren in their possession. I'm super happy about that. Super happy that Eren is gonna be there. And yeah, man, now let's see how this plays out. Their goal is to take him out on a scouting mission to prove to everyone that he is beneficial to humanity. And yeah, I'm excited, man. Let's do it.
工場を改装した施設ってだけあって、趣とやらだけは一人前だが、こんなに壁と川から離れたところにある。
Ooh, new character.
調査兵団には無用の長物だった。このでかいお飾りがお前を囲っておくには最適な物件になるとはな。巨人だかなんだか知らんが、お前のような小便臭いガキにリヴァイ兵長がつきっきりになる。
Whoa. Clumsy.
最初が肝心だ。あの新兵ビビってやがる。
I like him.
何にせよ、俺の思惑通りだな。
ねえ、もしそれが仮にもしリヴァイ兵長の真似してるつもりなら本当にやめてくれない？いや、全く共通点とかは感じられない。
Jeez.
お前らの自慢もついでにしといてやったからな。
あの人たちが調査兵団特別作戦班、通称リヴァイ班。
全くみっともない。
ペトララル、巨人討伐数10体、討伐補佐数48体。
Damn, Petra?
オルオボザド、討伐39体、討伐補佐9体。
Impressive.
もない精鋭だ。みんなリヴァイ兵長に指名された調査兵団きっての精鋭。そし
It's a
て
squad of badasses.
俺が暴走した時はこの人たちに殺されることになる。
それは重大な問題だ。早急に取り掛かるぞ。お前の部屋は地下室だ。
また地下室ですか？
当然だ。お前は自分自身を掌握できてない。寝ぼけて巨人になったとして、そこが地下ならその場で拘束できる。これはお前の身柄を手にする際提示された条件の一つ。守るべきルールだ。
世間の言うような完全無欠の英雄には見えないでしょ。現物のリヴァイ兵長は思いのほか小柄だし、神経質で粗暴で近寄りがたい。
いえ、俺が意外だと思ったのは上の取り決めに対する従順な姿勢です。
強力な実力者だから序列や型にははまらないような人だと思った。
はい、誰の指図も意に介さない人だと。
私も詳しくは知らないけど、以前はそのイメージに近い人だったのかもね。リヴァイ兵長は調査兵団に入る前、都の地下街で有名なゴロつきだったって。
そんな人がなぜ？
さあね。
That's a story I want to learn.
エルヴィン団長のもとに下る形で調査兵団に連れてこられたって聞いたわ。
エレンの現在の処遇はあくまでも一時的なものだ。可及的速やかに彼が人類に利する存在だと中央に示す必要がある。でなければいつまた憲兵団あたりが横やりを俺にも建前を使うのか、エルヴィン。だがお前ほどには聞かない。時期が来れば話す。
ガキどもはすっかり腰を抜かしただろうな。
本当ですか、兵長？
作戦立案は俺の担当じゃない。だがエルヴィンのことだ。 俺たちよりずっと多くのことを考えているだろう。
Yeah.
確かにこれまでと状況が異なりますからね。突然全く別の希望が降って湧いた。
その時の記憶は定かではないんですが、とにかく無我夢中で。でもきっかけになるのは自傷行為です。こうやって手を。あれ、そういえば俺はなんでこれだけは知ってるんだっけ。
あ
まあ、あいつは黙ってないだろうがな。下手にいじくり回されて死ぬかもな、お前。エレンよ。
あいつと。
こんばんは、リヴァイ班の皆さん。お城の住み心地はどうかな。私は今街で捕らえた2体の巨人の生態調査を担当しているんだけど、明日の実験にはエレンにも協力してもらいたい。その許可をもらいに来た。
巨人の実験とは。
おいやめろ、聞くな。
ああ、やっぱり聞きたそうな顔してると思った。最初は意思の疎通の検証。こんにちは。いい天気だね。お腹すいた？
分隊長危険です。
残念ながら今回も意思を通わせることは不可能との結論に至る。お前がソニー、お前がビーンだ。
Sonny and Bean.
でも安心して、私はお前たちを死刑になんてしないから。よろしくね、ソニー。ビーンもよろしく。みんなで仲良くやろう。次に日光の遮断を試してみた。夜が深まると巨人の活動が落ちることから、日光により何かしらの活動力を得ていることを裏付ける実験だ。改めて驚かされたよ。彼らは水も食料も取らない。発生期間はあっても呼吸を必要としない。唯一活動に必要なのは日光なんだ。ずっと日光を立つとどうなるのか興味はあるけど、死んでしまったら困るからね。可愛い子たちでね。あの子たちは本当に悪いことをした。
I really like her. She has
あんな思いは二度と。ごめんだ。
ハンジ。
she doesn't treat them as monsters, even though they're capable of.
そして次の段階からは巨人の体と接触する痛覚の確認へと移行した。何？どうしたの？
分隊長下がってください。
今のは惜しかったよ、ソニー。
あんた本当に死にますよ。
You're seriously gonna die.
自己表現が苦手なんだよ。
なんで巨人を前にしてそんなに陽気でいられるんですか。ハンジさんだってその脅威を数多く体験してるはずなのに。
This could be
そうだ
interesting.
よ。私は巨人に仲間を何度も何度も目の前で殺された。調査兵団に入った当初は憎しみを頼りに巨人と戦ってた。切断した3メートル級の生首を蹴っ飛ばした時だった。軽かったんだ、異常に。巨人の体が。どの巨人もそう。切断した腕はその質量にあるべき重量には到底達していなかった。エレンが巨人になった時も何もなかったところから巨人の体が現れたと聞く。私は思うんだ。私たちに見えているものと実在するものの本質は全然違うんじゃないかってね。憎しみを糧にして攻勢に出る試みはもう何十年も試された。
She's going for more of a scientific.
の見方と違う視点から巨人を見てみたいんだ。
調査兵団に入ってから驚かされてばかりだ。ハンジさんだけじゃない、変わり者だらけ。これじゃまるで変人の巣窟。でも変革を求める人間の集団、それこそが調査兵団なんだ。よかったら 実験の話をもっと聞かせていただけませんか？
いいの？
はい。
He's gonna love
その
this.
実験のためにも詳しく知っておいた方がいいかと思いますし。
半人分たちはいますか？被験体が巨人が2体とも殺されました。
Oh. Who did this?
貴重な被験体を兵士がやったのか？
ああ、犯人はまだ見つかってない。夜明け前に2体同時にやられたらしい。見張りが気づいた時には立体軌道ではるか遠くだ。
2人以上の計画的作戦ってわけか。
君には何が見える？敵は何だと思う？すまない。変なことを聞いたな。
Yo. Oh, okay, man. So, two major things happened right at the end of that episode, right? First of all, the two titans, Sonny and Bean, cute names. I'll get into that, but they got killed off, man. Now, I noticed that they were killed off before Eren could go meet them, or before he could be in close proximity to them. I don't know if that was the reason, but I feel like that might have been one of the reasons, because I don't believe for a second that some random or two randoms broke in. They theorize that perhaps it was two people that came in and did this. No, not one bit. I'll get into that. I'll get into my thoughts on that. And the other thing that happened, this one had me scratching my head. It left Eren confused as well. Commander Smith, as Eren's trying to take this whole crazy situation in, Commander Smith leans in and he's like, what do you see? What do you think the enemy is? And he said it in a manner that makes you believe that there's more than meets the eye. He's a smart man. He's not just saying this for no reason to Eren. Of course, there's some reason for this, Maybe he's slowly trying to tell Eren something, or he's slowly gonna try to break news to Eren about something. And talking about more than meets the eye, quickly going back to earlier in the episode, Hanj and her theory. I hope I'm saying that right. Hanj, right? Fantastic character, by the way. I love her. Her theory is that they don't appear to them as they actually are. And this came out of the fact that she noticed that the limbs and the head are much lighter, much too light for their bodies. They shouldn't be that light. So, and that that reminded me of another thing. I keep saying that Eren transforms into Titan. I've seen him like a few times, but I just realized that he's not actually transforming into Titan. Physically, like his body's not physically, his human body's not physically just, growing and turning into Titan, because his physical body is always in there, right? That spot. His body's not transforming. I kept thinking like, oh, Eren's transforming. No, even though, they showed me his body in there. I just, for some reason, I just didn't, realize this serum, these injections he was given have given him the ability to make use of this body, this Titan body that he can grow out of nothing, and again, I have right now in my head, I have so many like theories, some really far-fetched, but okay, I want to stick on the Titans and who killed them. Now, there's a few possibilities here. I think there are only two reasons, two legitimate reasons for someone to kill them off. First of all, they don't want him studied. They don't want these two Titans studied anymore, and they kill them. Second, they don't want Eren, or this could actually be a combination of the two. They don't want Eren to go see them or get close to them in close proximity. Because, I don't know, perhaps, something might happen if they see Eren. You know, Eren in his Titan form did attract them, remember? Mikasa noticed this. So I don't know, I feel like it might be a combination of those two things. Now, who doesn't want them to be studied? The military police, they were down to study the Titans. You know, they wanted to, you know, learn as much as possible from them and then kill them off. So maybe it still could be them. Maybe they're like, okay, she's had enough time to study them. Time to kill them off. That's not the one. It's possible, but that's not the one I'm leaning to. The one I'm leaning to is much more exciting. And again, I don't think at all for 1 second that it was randoms that did this. It was something significant. My second option is, again, who doesn't want them to be studied anymore? Who doesn't want the Titan secrets to get out anymore? You know, any more than you know what Hanji already has or has learned. The Titans, right? Someone from that side, from the Titan side, they don't want this to go on any longer. That raises the possibility of sleeper Titans, meaning that but a sleeper. So the concept of a sleeper Titan, would that be if it would have to be one of the intelligent ones, someone like the Colossal, the Armored, or Eren. Those are the three intelligent ones I know of. Now, if it is indeed a sleeper Titan, it would have to be the human that is in one of these intelligent Titans. Maybe it's one I haven't even seen yet, but I feel like it has to be one of the humans that is inside these Titans. The funny thing is, back around episodes 8 and 9 and 10, around the time that whole story of Eren, Mikasa, and Armin, they were surrounded, right? And that guy, he was so annoying. Remember that guy? He just wanted to kill Eren. He's like, no, I don't want to hear your excuses. I think this is a sleeper Titan. I think this is on their side. Ironically, he was onto something. Now, not Eren. Eren's not the sleeper Titan, but his idea of a sleeper Titan, he was onto something. Now, see, that's exciting, man. If that is the case, that is really exciting, and logical. It makes sense. It's one of those things that's highly likely. It's possible. But then that makes me think of the humans that are in the Armored and the Colossal. How are they transforming into the Colossal and the Armored? Did they get the same serum as Eren? Let me take it a little bit further. What if this is a human? What if this is a man-made problem? And that takes me to my third point. What if it was actually Commander Smith who had them killed off? Because maybe, again, it's clear he knows so much more than he's letting on. It's kind of like a need-to-know basis at this point. So what if it's like a man-made problem? And, Commander Smith knows about this? If everything's a big if at this point, but I'm just saying, if I stay on that thought process, he knows about this, and he just feels like he doesn't want them to be studied any further, because Hanj is already kind of, the whole theory about, the limbs being much lighter than they should be, that they don't appear to us as they actually are. I don't know, maybe it's like a man-made problem, that they lost control of. Is there a possibility that the Colossal and the Armored, or at least the humans inside them, they have the same serum as Eren? Now I say that, but the Armored and the Colossal, they seem to have all kinds of control. They are most definitely in control, and looks like they have been for a long time. So I don't know if it's the exact same serum, or I don't know. I feel like something's going on here. There's a little bit sketchy, something sketchy going on here, more than meets the eye, right? Let me take it one step further, man. The whole, now I'm thinking of who, the moment I start thinking of like sleeper Titans, that would mean it would have to be humans that are part of this community, or humans that are on the inside, or can get on the inside. At least this one did, if indeed it was a sleeper Titan that killed them. Then you have to start thinking of who could the humans be? The ones that turn into the armored and the colossal. Now the colossal is a tough one because he's like skinless, no hair. Could be anyone, you know, that's a tough one. But the armored has a bit of a distinct look to him, right? He's got blonde hair. Who else has blonde hair? Commander Smith. Now I know this one is a little bit far-fetched, you know, because Commander Smith is around a lot of people, or like he's a commander, so he has to be around a lot, you know, like people, like for him to slip out and, you know, to turn or to, you know, to transform into the armored, it's difficult, you know. I kind of debunked my own theory as I was thinking of it. So I don't know, I'm just, you know, he's got blonde hair and something was a little off about him, this, you know, right at the end there. I got some like sketchy tones. Yeah, so I don't know, but you know, he can't really give them the slip, right? Because he's the commander, so it's gonna be tough for him to actually, you know, get out. So okay, never mind. Now let's debunk that. But I don't know. There's something going on. Commander Smith. There's more than meets the eye. You know, I'm sure I'm gonna find out so much more about this guy in the next few episodes, or by the end of the season. You know, or you know, perhaps he did get him killed off, and it was just as basic as he doesn't want them studied anymore. He wants to show Eren that these are our enemies. You know, like maybe he doesn't want Eren to sympathize at all. Though I don't think that should be a problem because Eren hates them. You know, he hates them more than anyone, I think. That's more of like a basic take on it. You know, maybe he just wants to show Eren, like, you know, don't sympathize. Before I move on, you know, talking about like a potential man-made problem that they kind of lost control of, or who knows, maybe they still have control of it. Let's get into some theories here, or this one last one. You know, what if it is from inside the walls, some kind of secret op going on, and this is to, you know, and then it's actual humans that have control over this, or at least the you know, these intelligent titans. Maybe these are hand-selected individuals, and they've been injected, given these, you know, powers, this ability to, you know, create this titan body, and they you know, they perhaps want to use them to bring fear to, you know, humans and humanity, and keep them in line. You know, who knows, man? Who knows how deep this goes? Or let's flip it. What if they're, you know, these intelligent titans, the armored and the colossal, what if they're trying to help humanity? This one is really out there. What if they're trying to help humanity by breaking the wall down and making openings? Maybe they want humans to escape. I don't know, man. I'm like down the rabbit hole right now. But a good theory or two is always fun, you know, to kind of swing into. You know, but all of this really has me thinking of Eren's dad. You know, he's the one who gave Eren this serum. Has he given it to others? He's clearly been up to some secret, you know, he's clearly been up to like some, you know, top secret businessman. He's been up to something, and I haven't seen him for a long time. So I don't know what the hell's going on with him, man. That just made me realize I haven't seen him for so long. So yeah, that basement. I guess the basement, that's the big one, right? I need to get to the basement and see what the hell's going on here. Maybe that's going to be my answer to all of this. Alright, so before I go back to the top of the episode, I already kind of debunked this theory of maybe Commander Smith being the sleeper titan. You know, I tried to link him to the armored. What if he's not one of the titans I've seen yet? What if he is a sleeper titan that has taken place inside the walls, and he doesn't go out there or need to slip out there and turn into Titan? Maybe he's in there permanently. You know, because think about it. I mean, you guys know, but you know, in my case, you know, in my position, I'm trying to think about the possibilities. You know, it would be perfect, you know, to have a sleeper titan get on the inside and then, go up the ranks, and become commander of the scouts. Just imagine that. This one's one of my out there theories. It's a bit far-fetched. I do feel like there's something up. Commander Smith, I'm gonna find out more about him. Is it likely that he might be the sleeper? I don't know. I think it's unlikely at this point, but it's a possibility. Just there is a possibility based on his behavior, a little bit of his behavior. Okay, so top of the episode, they head to the old scout headquarters. It's a bit useless at this point because it's a little too far away from points of interest, right? But in this case, it was kind of perfect because they still need to hold Eren in a secluded area. This is kind of perfect for that. One of my favorite parts of this episode was getting to meet this new squad. A bunch of new characters, right? I love a new character. I love it anytime a show introduces new characters, especially this show, because there's a lot of characters in this show, and I like a lot of them. I actually do like a lot of them. So I got to meet a bunch of them. Petra, Oryu, I'll get it right. I think it's something like that. Oryu, and Gunther. There's a bunch of them, right? But as impressive as they are, and they are so impressive. They put up the kills and assists. It's super impressive. As impressive as they are, they were also strange, according to Eren. He noticed how strange all of them are. A collection of oddballs, a haven for oddballs, I believe he called it. And these are handpicked by Levi, so I like it. I like that they're not just by the book, just clear cut, badass soldiers, just nothing off about them. I like that they're oddballs. I like that they have personalities, offbeat personalities, all of them. And Levi himself is not just he's a badass, but he's a little bit off as well. So he's picked these super impressive soldiers, but they are off, and I like that. A bit of a funny moment. They're all arguing about how dirty the place is, and Levi, he's like, all right, let's do it. And next shot of him in like a maid's outfit almost. Well, not a maid's outfit, but he's ready to clean, man. Talking about Levi, I got some juicy information, man, from Petra. So apparently, before joining the scouts, he was this infamous rogue in the underground. I need to know more about that phase of his life. And I believe there is a special. I was told there is a special for this, so I have to find out the exact right moment to check out the special. And according to Petra, he was basically dragged into the scouts by Commander Smith. And Eren was so surprised to see Levi so serious about staying in line and taking orders from higher up. He just felt like someone like him is not going to answer to anyone. But indeed he does, he does answer to higher ups. Perhaps in his past life, as Petra mentioned, at one point he was this infamous rogue in the underground. Now throughout the episode, a lot of these members of the scouts, they had concern that this is too soon. This mission is too soon. Especially because rookies are going to join them as well. New recruits, right? So, and Commander Smith made a good point though. He said it might be too soon, but it has to be done because they have to show that Eren is beneficial to humanity, right? That was the whole point of this, and that has to be done ASAP. Because if not, then the whole thing starts up again. They're gonna want to take Eren in custody and do whatever they want with him. Kill him off and all that nonsense again. So yeah, it has to be done. It's quick, but it has to be done. But the guy who's talking to Commander Smith, the guy who likes to sniff, can't remember his name, starts with M. He thought there was more to it than that. He thought Commander Smith is not telling him everything. And Commander Smith, he's like, oh, you don't miss nothing. Your nose is sharper than ever. And then I believe he said, not as sharp as yours. And then he told him, I'll fill you in when the time is right. So of course, there's more to it. And later on, Levi, they're around the table, a bunch of them at night. he even tells them again, I'm sure Commander Smith has really put thought into this. Like, I'm sure he's thought so much about this. And then Hanj comes in. By the way, she's a great character, such a fantastic character. She has so many layers to her, right? They present her as this goofy, almost kind of like Sasha. Not as goofy as Sasha though, but in the same, it's like if Sasha grew up, this is what Sasha could be. At points she's goofy and she has this, so far I've seen that she's got this crazy, infatuation with the Titans. So she has a process she goes through, and she established that there is no communication. She's tried everything, but so far still no communication. Later on, she did say they have vocal cords, but that they just don't need to use them, or they don't use them. I've seen enough shows to know that at one point one of them is going to speak or is going to communicate. So as of this point, she said they failed, no communication. That instantly kind of throws it up that at one point one of them is going to speak. I'm pretty confident at one point there's going to be some communication, right? And she said that she believes all they really need is sunlight. They don't need to eat or drink. They don't need to speak. All they need is sunlight. And she even did this experiment. She kind of puts them in the dark. One of them did get tired. But the other one was just as energetic as always. So the concept of sunlight and their power source kind of, it was kind of brought up. That's interesting because now I haven't seen Eren become a Titan at night. Let's see how this plays out. I'm sure he can. I'm sure he can turn into Titan at night. But this whole sunlight concept and them getting their energy from the sun, interesting. And the one thing is that she's super friendly. She's the only one that doesn't treat them like monsters. A really friendly approach, a scientific approach, and she's actually so gentle with them. She's like talking to them, especially there's that one scene she's just sitting there as she's trying to do the experiment, taking away the sunlight. She's just like sitting there for hours and like trying to talk to them. But it wasn't always like that, of course. For most of these people, for all of them actually, seeing someone treat the Titans like this, so friendly, so gentle, it makes him think. And Eren thought this, and he asked it. He's like, how come you're so lighthearted? How come you have such a lighthearted approach? I'm sure you've experienced loss, and she has. She tells him, I've experienced loss. I've seen friends die. So at first I fought them out of hate. But then, the big moment, one of the, the really interesting things that came out of this is that, she said she kicked one of the heads and it was so light. It was super light. And then she realized the limbs and the head. And, that really got her thinking. And she starts, the scientific approach, a different approach. She wants to understand them because she knows something's up. And, again, that brings me to the point she made to Eren, her theory that they don't appear to us as they actually are. So something's going on here, man. And I believe she mentioned that she stabbed him in the heart, or so she thought. She thought she's stabbing them, in that spot, the heart spot. Nothing happened. So that means there's no heart there, so they're not built like humans in that, in that case. I hope she gets her answers. I hope by the show's still going on, so who knows, right? But I hope she's around for a long time, and I want to see her get answers. But yeah, you can see how upset she was because the moment she found out that both of them got killed, Sonny and Bean, she was super upset. She felt that she had a connection. They don't really communicate or they don't really connect. But she has a connection to them. And I think that's everything this episode, man. It's one of those episodes that gave me a lot of information again. And I don't mind those. I really actually like these episodes. But yeah, that's the episode. Alright, man. So if you enjoyed it, please smash that thumbs up. It helps out a lot. You know, if you did enjoy it, it takes like a split second. You know, just hit that like. If you're into social media, hit me up on Instagram, on Twitter. Super active on Twitter. All the links are in the description. I have to thank all the amazing patrons. Thank you so much for your incredible support. Honestly, it's just amazing. Just amazing what you guys do for me. Thank you for sticking around. And I hope you're enjoying the early access stuff and the full episode reactions. And yeah, a reminder to anyone else, if you want to check out the full episode reactions, you know, they are on Patreon. And if you want to check out early access, so you know, if 1 or 2 episodes ahead, you're gonna get access to the next few episodes or the next episode in line. In April, my plan is to actually try to finish the first season. I really want to get through it. I really want to, you know, finish it up. It's exciting, man. It's an exciting show. So, you know, I do want to, my goal is always to, you know, get caught up. So yeah, you know, there's going to be a lot of episodes, I hope, in April. That's a plan, at least. But yeah, you know, that's the episode. I'm going to jump right into the next episode. The plan is to check out 3 today. I'm doing like 3 episodes back to back. But yeah, once again, thank you for checking this out. I'll see you soon. Take it easy.